Let's go one by one here. So on this state sponsor of terrorism designation that you now have a couple of your colleagues on the other chamber calling for, Cuba, North Korea, Iran, and Syria are currently a state sponsor of terrorism. Do we need to add Russia to that list?
It doesn't make an enormous difference. We are already sanctioning Russia aggressively in a dozen different ways. I mean, that's the main impact of making a country a state sponsor of terror, is they're sanctioned in a variety of ways. So I don't think it changes the equation. Certainly what Russia's doing with North Korea, what they're doing in Ukraine, what they've done with Iran, for that matter, is deeply problematic and something we need to deal with and are dealing with in a variety of different ways. I don't know that the state sponsor of terror thing would significantly change how we're currently treating Russia, but yeah, I'm certainly open to it.
So if any country is designated as a state sponsor of terrorism, there are restrictions on foreign assistance, a ban on defense exports, certain controls over exports of dual-use items, and other, as you mentioned, financial restrictions as well. I wonder, Congressman, why you think Vladimir Putin did this?
Yeah, first of all of those things you just listed are to one degree or another already in place against Russia. Vladimir Putin did this because he's desperate for help from North Korea. The war in Ukraine has not gone how he expected it to go. It is costing him vastly more in terms of lives and equipment, and he's desperate for help. And he thinks North Korea could potentially provide him that help, and he's willing to take the risk, a risk a decade or so ago he was very much against, of supporting a country like North Korea. And it is extraordinarily problematic that our adversaries are coming together in this way.
But so you could clearly make the case that he's desperate, right? And I hear you. But this war between Russia and Ukraine has been going on now for what, give or take 2 years. And I hear you saying essentially that he's not winning this war, but this is still ongoing. So I wonder how you can sort of position Vladimir Putin and Russia in that light.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't misunderstand me. I mean, without question, it is still a huge problem. Russia is pressing the fight forward. There is considerable risk that they can succeed more than they already have. I'm just saying that the reason he's gone to North Korea is he needs their help more than I think he expected to need their help. So yeah, no, we have to deal with a very problematic challenge from Russia. But look, the overall problem, and I think I've talked about this on this program before, is China, Russia, Iran, North Korea are now coordinating and working together in ways that they previously hadn't. Now, the good news is we've got our own allies and partners, and we have to make the case to even more countries in the world that what those 4 countries are doing is a problem, and they should stand up against them with us.
Let me ask you about your colleague, Congressman Mike Turner, Republican, head of the House Intelligence Committee, warning about Russian nukes in space. I wonder, you know, we heard from John Kirby today. We take this seriously. We've been working on this particular problem from every angle, including through intense diplomacy with countries from around the world. That's from the White House. But I wonder how they can say that Mike Turner is wrong, that the White House has been sleepwalking on, hasn't been sleepwalking on this, when it seems as if Russia has this capability.
Well, look, I mean, he's wrong because Mike Turner is implying that the U.S. and the Biden administration isn't taking this seriously. They're taking this very seriously. They're trying to put pressure on Russia in a variety of different ways to stop this launch. Let me just also say, and I respect Mike Turner a great deal, but him blowing the sources that we had that gave us information on this by publicly revealing this information didn't exactly help in the effort to stop them from launching this either. We had very good source intelligence that was keeping us updated.
He blew sources, you think?
Pardon?
He blew sources?
No, there's no question about it. By making this public, by opening it up to all 435 members of Congress, you knew that within hours it was going to be known publicly. And within hours, pardon?
Should he be reprimanded?
No, I mean, my God, every time someone makes a mistake, it's, oh, we have to reprimand them. We have to, let's just chill. Okay, we can talk about the information here in an intelligent way without, going all ballistic every time something doesn't go the way we want it to.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.